I have found some more XRP news that I thought was interesting, and it is more on the technical nerd side. Sorry about that pop up. No, I don't want your crap. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry, but I do everything on one take, so you get what you get, and it is authentic, even if it is authentically bad. So, the good news is that the XRPL can now process up to 3,400 transactions per second, or TPS, up from the 1,500 previously reported, and that this is huge for the future of XRP. And why is that actually huge? Well, we'll get into that in a minute, but this has been picked up by others as well. In 2015, the initial tested transaction per second was only 80, and when we go up to 3,400, it's over a 4,000% improvement in speed. And these numbers will be much more important as we continue here. But let's review what the XRPL is and why it is actually effective. And this has some older information on it as well. But the XRPL is built for financial use cases. They have been concentrating on that as a company for a very long time now. That is shown time and time again with their partnerships and the committees and the organizations who they work with. You have them working with the IMF, the BIS. I just put out a video on how they are officially doing remittance payments with SBI in Japan, who is a considerable owner of the company Ripple as well. But you've got these real use cases out there right now. So I don't know how recent this number is, but it has processed over 2 billion transactions without failure or security breach since 2012. And that's really important because the XRPL has never gone down at all. And that's something that a lot of other chains can't say. I think everyone remembers what kinds of problems we had with Solana in 2021 and 22, even though that was largely in part a result of the manipulation by SBF, FTX, and Alameda, but that's kind of another conversation. But that is a success that few others have had. You have a transaction settling time of 3 to 5 seconds, meaning that the transaction is complete. It is not just received, but it is received, processed, and complete in that time. 4.5 million active XRP wallet holders. I'd have to check on that, but that's interesting. You have 8 million plus trust lines, which are kind of agreements and coordinations in between these XRP wallets and other things. I'm going to have to do something about this pop-up because that's probably malware at this point. But again, this is completely live, and you get all of me, especially the awkward stuff. So I found this report, or it's an article from the Crypto Basic, which was released today, actually. We have the XRPL up from 1,500 TPS to 3,400 TPS. And this is something that caught a lot of people by surprise because it kind of came out of nowhere with some recent information. But it looks like the testing was done with a previous version and a release of the XRPL v1.12. And if you follow this article, you get to this ripple.com update, which is where the information in that other tweet actually came from. And yes, it was done in a test, which is theoretical, but once we compare that to the transactions per second, both theoretical and actual for Visa, who has been kind of held up as the gold expectation of what products like XRP would have to hit in order to compete, I think you'll see that it does very, very well. And that the previous numbers put out there as expectations might have been a little misleading. So this result came as a modification of code, and it'll explain a lot down here. I speak and understand just a very high level of code, so I will not even try to get into that. But this is official information from Ripple. It's not just some guy online who is reporting this. So now we're going to get into Visa, right? And I found this really interesting article. It's from 2018, but it's basically explaining how the 24,000 TPS that Visa reportedly handles is just a result of a test. It is a theoretical number. In reality, Visa processes around 700 transactions per second, a figure it rarely exceeds. And if we scroll farther down, you can see like the expectations that have put out for the required transactions per second to be able to compete with these kinds of transaction companies that could potentially be replaced by crypto. Well, they're tossing all of these really high numbers out there in order to try to protect themselves and protect the way that they earn an income and a profit. Yeah, this is totally malware. I think I accidentally clicked on something, so I'll take care of that before the next video. But I checked into that more, and I found another old article from Cointelegraph from 2019. And as you know, Cointelegraph was not a fan of XRP or Ripple for a very long time. They were one of the ones who primarily only really put out Bitcoin and ETH content for a very long time and called everything else just, a piece of crap. So if we look at Visa, it says, even the above-mentioned Visa, which has the capacity to run at 2,400 transactions per second, reportedly does only 2,000 transactions per second on average and up to 4,000 during peak hours. In other words, it doesn't need more at this point. And if you go down here, XRP consistently handles 1,500 transactions per second, which is now 3,400, although the maximum claimed capacity is or was 50K per second. And then it says, consequently, XRP has been disregarded as a cryptocurrency by part of the community. Well, we're the only community that has an asset that has regulatory, well, not regulatory, but has judicial clarity that it is in fact not a security, which Ethereum and Bitcoin have gotten a little attention on that lately, but it's still not clear, especially if and when the regulatory agencies actually do their job and look into Ethereum in particular. I don't think Bitcoin is a organic product. I think it is a product of the U.S. government, and they know exactly who it was developed by. And there are videos out there of government officials saying that they know who the 4 Satoshis are. So just let that sink in for a second. But yeah, this basically means that XRP right now can directly compete with one of the largest, if not the largest, credit card company on earth. It has a peak of reportedly 4,000 TPS, and now we see that the XRPL can do up to 3,400 400. So as I said in my last video about the remittances with SBI and Vietnam and a couple of other countries, we are just piling up more real world use cases and successes to show that the XRPL and many other crypto projects like XLM, HBAR, XDC, Casper, they can do these kinds of things much more efficiently than the current, more traditional financial system can. So I thought that was important enough to share, and I hope that you thought it was interesting too.